One extra.
Going to church in South London may not be quite what you'd expect. Young Christians are mobilising across the UK, luring gang members away from the streets and towards God. We join Enrique on his extraordinary journey from gangster rapper to pastor at just 21 years old.
This is the moment that changed everything. This changed every single thing.
Using the power of music, we meet the artists who are reaching out to youths and inspiring change.
God likes crime.
God, this is all you.
Artists like Hope Dealers who spit holy bars over the hardest of beats, drill. These movements, however, do not come without controversy.
Does drill actually encourage violence or simply reflect life on some estates?
Wearing balaclavas in church, accusations of being a cult, and the large sums of money involved have prompted some to question their holy intentions.
Are people coming because they want to worship, or are people coming because they want to get rich?
This is Gangs, Drill, and Prayer.
Yeah, so today is the big day. I began ordained as a pastor at 21. So, I'm just very excited because I know the life that I used to live, and now God has changed my life. So, I'm looking forward to today. It's like a wedding day. Let's just put it that way. Today is like I'm getting married. So, it's a very, very, very important day for me today. Very important. I hate ironing, by the way. It's Sunday, innit? Church. I always like to look presentable, when I'm coming to church. So that's why I like to dress smart. I wouldn't believe if you told me 7 years ago that now this is what I'll be doing, wearing a tie and getting dressed, getting ordained. It was something that I would have never guessed it. If someone told me, I wouldn't believe it. It was unbelievable. Let's just say it's such a thing. Like, I wouldn't even believe I'll be wearing. I hated ties, but now I just love them. I'm not standing here today saying that I deserve anything that is happening, because to be honest, 7 years ago, or even 4 years ago, that's the truth. Even 3 years ago, I wouldn't believe that this would be happening.
Enrique used to lead a very different life.
So right now we're in Crawford Estate. We used to call it C Block. So this is where I used to hang around, do our video shoots. So in that cage, for example, that's where you'll see I did one of my videos called Dreaming.
Cold nights in the trap. I used to think mad. I used to think what will happen if I get bagged. Like if I go jail, I might get wrapped. But if they land road, they might get clapped.
And I'm only 15. But you guys ain't seen what I've seen. You ain't ever seen 5 bullets touch man's wig or seen 2 Rambo stab man's skin. And whatnot. I kind of forgot the rest. Not that I forgot the rest, but
Cause you don't wanna die today. Cause none of your friends are gonna ride the bird.
Everything I rapped about back then was my lifestyle. The gang life, the drugs, the knives, the girls, all those things that I was making music about was our life. People have died here, people have got stabbed. My friend, my very close friend had got stabbed right there. He got stabbed right there. As we were just hanging around here, about 30 boys from a rival gang came, literally here, and they took out the knives on us and did it, whatever. So 4 years ago, I was standing here in the same place where we are now with all my brothers, gang members, probably thinking of what drug to sell next, what harm are we gonna cause, what violence are we gonna cause. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, I could have lost my life here. I could have gone to jail for life here.
And they will take your shine, cause they ain't got no juice. Got no juice, they just got bare tools. If they can't find your friend, they'll slap it at you then.
So I was violent back then. That was based on what I had seen, what I had gone through, what some of my friends went through. All of those things made me become more violent as well. The lack of money, so poverty and stuff like that. All of those things bring anger.
I
feel very heartbroken seeing young people doing the sort of rap music that I used to do. Not necessarily because they're rapping music, but them living the life that I used to live. It breaks my heart. It hurts me, that's the truth, because I know where that leads to, living that lifestyle, living a gang lifestyle, and then expressing it through music. I know where that can end you, because I probably wouldn't have gone through that many things if I didn't make music. I got myself known for the wrong reasons. By me making more music videos like that, I was basically showing the public, I was showing other gang members that, look, hey, I'm a gang member, do you understand? So we was trying to intimidate other people through those music videos, do you understand? So when I see young people doing that, I'm thinking, I'm looking at them, I'm like, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. If you're gonna make music, rap, do something positive, you know, put the gang lifestyle aside, you know, that whole gang image aside, put it aside, because it's not gonna bring anything good out of it. That's the truth.
4 years ago, something happened to Enrique on the way home from college. It would completely alter the path of his life.
It was about 5:30 p.m. on the 26th of November. And as I was walking this direction, I was having an argument with my partner. I literally stood right here. I remember this like it was yesterday. I stood right here in the middle, and I was then having an intense argument with her. And as I'm having this argument with her, so I'm in a pedal back here, having an argument, and I look to my right, and I see a young man coming towards me. I couldn't see his face. He had a hoodie. Personally, if I can tell you the truth, he looked like a white person. He looked like a white man. But as he got closer, I noticed that he wasn't white. He was a black young man. And I noticed who he was. So he had a knife in his hand, and he runs towards me. And I'm trying to get out of the pedal bike. So I'm running here. I've tripped up here. Like I've tripped up like that. So I've tried to run around here, and I've tripped up to get here again. And I've just dropped. I've literally dropped. I'm lying down here, and then the guy stabbed me in my arm, stabbed me in my back. Tried to stab me in my leg, but he missed this side of my leg, so he stabbed me in my artery. And then so my girl came, and my girl started fighting him. And then the boy ran away. So I've just turned around and I've said, I've noticed I got stabbed, and I knew where I got stabbed because my friend had died by getting stabbed in that place. So I then said to my partner, we need to go. I've been stabbed in my leg, we need to go. I'm bleeding, we need to go. And then my partner saying to me, you didn't get stabbed. So right here, as I'm standing here, I said I did, and I pulled down my trousers. And literally, a pool of blood was just coming from my leg, just from here, just pouring, bare blood just pouring out. And after that, I just remember I collapsed. Well, I was close to there now, I collapsed and I hit my head on that fence there. A man came on a pedal bike, and this man, he just knew what to do automatically. He just got out his pedal bike, took out his bag. Yeah.
I live in that block there, I saw you.
Oh, did you?
I'm not coming on this side.
Oh, wow.
I'm glad to see you here.
Thank you.
We actually saw
Is
what
it?
happened,
I'm a
yeah.
pastor now, you know.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm
a pastor now, yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, thank you. Wow. So, as you know, that young lady, apparently she was here 4 years ago and she saw it. I got stabbed and I died. I didn't die, and then he died. And this man comes out of nowhere, and then he just starts supporting my leg, and then another woman comes from downstairs. I was just about to die, yeah. And listen to this, because I know people may not believe in God or whatever, yeah, but I was just praying. I was 17 and I was just praying. And I was like, God, please save me. If you save me, I'm gonna serve you. That's why I'm a pastor now. I was like, if you save me, if I don't die today, I'm gonna serve you. The moment I prayed that prayer, I felt God's presence come to me, and my eyes opened. I gained my sight, I started smiling, and I knew I wasn't gonna die. And then the lady that was praying for me, because she was holding my leg and she was praying for me, she's like, you're not gonna die. And then the ambulance came, I got in the ambulance, went to King's College Hospital, and now fast forward 4 years, I'm now standing here healthy, and I'm a pastor at 21. This is the moment that changed everything. This changed everything. If this didn't happen, I probably wouldn't be here now. This changed every single thing. Everything. Yeah. Hello, where are you? I'm literally driving to church, driving to you though. So right now, we are going to Hilton Hotel Bankside. My church is called Spac Nation, and we're the fastest growing movement in the United Kingdom. When we get there, you see there's going to be about 800, close to 1,000 young people. A lot of them have their own businesses. Despite how good they're doing in their life, career-wise and stuff like that, they love God. You know, they sincerely love God, and a lot of them come from a similar background to mine as well. I've just started it. I've just started the lesson. Pastor! Come on, hug me. Hug me properly, man. Hey, come on, chill, man. Pastor! You don't make this time. Look at this one. I'm a nervous guy.
Pastor Enrique, nice to meet you, sir. So sorry. So sorry, sir. Nice to meet you.
Allow me, because I feel like I'm going to cry. Today. I'm trying to run away. No.
Wow, Pastor at 21.
Stop, man, stop.
I remember when I came and visited you in the hospital.
My darling, okay?
Throughout the service, you know, you've probably seen us praying for some people, touching, you know, laying hands on them and praying for them. It's what's called an impartation. So what that means is that now that we've come into a new life, for example, we just pray for them, and laying hands on them is just basically saying to them that, you know, we're declaring over them that we also want them to come into this better life, a life of hope, you know, a life of change. It's just done out of love and, you know, out of a passion for the young, to be honest, yeah.
SPAC stands for Salvation Proclaimers Anointed Church. The church is not without controversy. At the end of 2017, videos started emerging of a rap group wearing balaclavas to church. So who were these rappers, and why the balaclavas?
We're hope dealers, we're musicians, we represent a lifestyle that we used to live and a lifestyle that we're now living, and we're just putting that in the context of music and literally communicating our lives through music.
The reason why, personally, I wear my balaclava is because I genuinely did not want to show my face rapping. I've applied to many universities, top universities, and they're not gonna understand if they see me rapping. I think the main reason why people don't like seeing it is because growing up in the demographic in which we've been exposed to, especially in the type of music that we make, the balaclava is known to be synonymous with criminal activity. So I fully understand why they would be extremely angry at two black boys in church with a balaclava on. I understand, of course.
Wearing balaclavas in church attracted a lot of outrage on social media. Some even asked if it was drill artist K-Trap under the mask.
2 bricks that I'm just thinking. It's kinda oops if I take this cab. Chop a half and a 9 to mish. AP wants 1,000 grams. Abs, 1,000 grams. Phone up the workers and round up cash. Step in the kitchen, box of the madge. Just looking like powdered yam.
Shout out K-Trap, man. It wasn't K-Trap, and the thing is, I can see why people would think it was K, because we grew up in the same environment. We wear the same kind of clothes. We share the same pain as a young black person in South London, in London as a whole. So I can see why they would think that it's sounding like drill music. However, the message is completely different. The same way that these drill rappers are rapping their life on a drill beat, we rap our life on a drill beat. I don't see what the problem is. Everything that we've said in each and every one of our parts is real life, and it's true.
You ain't never been in a Thursday service and turned up in a place of worship. And you ain't never seen a young boy so up and still come service.
Drill music is a subgenre of rap which originated on the streets of South Chicago around 2010. The genre went mainstream in the US through the likes of Chief Keef, Montana 300, and King Louis.
Got drillers for hitters, some real cool ass niggas that ride just like Tara. The away ain't no almost, to live and die in Chicago.
Drill lyrics are often violent, reflecting life on the streets. Rappers from the UK, and particularly South London, started borrowing from this Chicago sound and UK drill started to emerge from places like Brixton and Croydon. Man's Not Hot by Big Shaq currently has over 260 million views on YouTube.
The ting goes.
This is a drill beat, originally released by one of the biggest acts on the UK scene, 6-7.
That shit still outside drilling. Out here. Ghost came home from the jail, bought him a phone and he made them a killing.
Many drill artists cover their faces whilst performing. Some leaders and newspapers have claimed that drill music is directly linked to the rise in stabbings and murders that have swept across London recently.
An investigation by the Times and Sunday Times has singled out drill music as a factor. Lyrics brag of dripping, cheffing and splashing rivals, all slang for stabbings. But does drill actually encourage violence or simply reflect life on some estates?
When I was about, 16, 17, my friend was murdered and the person almost got away with manslaughter because he said he was listening to drill music and obviously he was smoking alongside it. He almost got away with manslaughter because they said he was influenced, he was under the influence of the music. So if that's the sort of impact it's causing on someone's life, because he actually murdered somebody.
I done a boys dance, no skanking. My flow is the jawbone, do it like Samson. Shut down shows, get busy in Camden. I did it for the kingdom, I'm not for the culture. Came with a team and I came with a gang. Shut down shop, I bully my squad.
When we rap, whatever lyrics we're rapping, these young men, when they begin to hear it, they begin to hear a change, they begin to hear a difference, they begin to hear a beat that they're used to, but lyrics that they're not necessarily accustomed to.
6 hours in prayer, now my word bank's looking all fat like lipo. How can you say we're not serving? I've been round Babylon sides with a big broomstick trying to lurk for a serpent.
When I hear drill music, I'm not offended by the lyrics. I feel everyone has the right to say what they want to say. So I don't like, if someone is playing drill music, I don't say, this is an abomination kind of thing and try to attack them. Of course not. Both dealers are my brothers. We go to the same church together. One of them is a pastor. They're amazing young men. They've actually decided to look into what is happening in our borough, and they've seen how music has been able to negatively influence the life of young people, and they've said, no, this needs to come to an end. So what they've done, they've put on a balaclava, which is what a lot of young people wear on the music videos. They've said, you know what? We're gonna take that same thing that you're wearing, we're gonna put it on, but listen carefully to our lyrics. What they're saying to them is that you don't need to live your life like that. There's a better life, come to us, let us show you the life that we're living. Young people are looking at it and they're saying, wow, I've never seen this before. Like, how can a Christian wear a balaclava? But then they're listening to the music and they're like, okay, you see, now I understand that what you're trying to say is that you come from the same background as me, but your life can actually change and become positive.
Hope dealers have been gaining attention from the UK media. They were recently played on BBC Radio 1 Extra.
Usually when we hear drill music, it's more like about, the stuff we don't really want to say on radio. However, how about gospel drill? Hope dealers. It's called Paper Plans.
Man's at church and it's all for the words, so I don't want to hear about roads.
The term gospel drill.
First of all, I didn't actually like it because I thought, look, why are you labeling gospel drill? These guys, like I said, they rap about their life on a drill beat. We're rapping about our life on a drill beat. Is it not drill? But then I thought, you know what? We've created a whole new genre. Exactly. So I thought, you know what, as pioneers of this thing, I don't mind if you don't want to call it gospel drill or gospel drill, I don't mind. So I think we're the only gospel drill artists.
Still got my belly in church. These Christians still wanna talk about dress code. Designer joints when I worship. I've really been out here praying in Kenzo.
The type of people we're trying to reach are the typical roadman, the typical gang member, the typical young man who's currently lost. He doesn't have a mentor, so his mentor is the street. Those are the people we're devoted to. I think the bigger issue is being able to accept someone like K-Trap into a church And that's who we're called to. We're called to the K-traps of this world. We welcome them with open arms.
Enrique has also used his rap skills to tell the story of his transformation.
It all started when I was young, didn't care about anything but money, girls and drugs. I never thought ahead, I never thought about my life, till the day I got stabbed and I nearly lost my life. But I remember when I used to go to church, and I remember praying to God that one day I would change. I remember also praying, saying, God give me time, that by the time I grow up I won't be doing all this crime.
When I came to Christ, when I gave my life to God, and young people saw my change, they used to say to me things like, we used to listen to your music video and it used to get me gassed, it used to provoke me, it used to make me want to do things. But now I'm looking at how your life is now, and I just want to live a positive life. I just want to change my life around, and that touches me. It's amazing to know that what was negatively impacting the life of people before, because they now see my change, is now positively impacting their lives.
I love, he's my son, so. Enrique. Angels will respond in the name of Jesus. Because of time, I need to stop.
Coming up the stairs was emotional. I didn't want to, that's why I'm telling them to stop coming around me, because I'm going to cry. Right now I'm going to go with my family, we're going to go out to eat. We're just going to go out together, just celebrate and just have some fun. Youth for Bible, Spac Nation, I hope to see you soon. Come and see us. Amazing. All right, thank you. Pastor Daniel, thank you so much.
In East London, there's another rapper who is unashamed of his faith. Picked out by the Fader as one of the top MCs to look out for in 2018, alongside major drill acts like Heady One and Lowski, it's Marvelous.
I don't really care that much if people label me as a Christian rapper. For me, I'm just a rapper, and I'm just the same as anybody else sharing their life experience. I discovered God probably as a teen. I always went to church. It was one of those things where I was kind of dragged by my parents. I had an opportunity around about my mid-teens where I could kind of make a decision for myself, and I discovered who he really is, and I've just been walking with him ever since. My guy, come on. Don't know.
Who's in?
Come through, family. Oi. Yeah, this is the main man, Happy. This is my bro. This is the main. Very, very talented singer, songwriter.
The name Happy kind of comes from, I struggled a lot, especially with being like sad and depressed as a teenager and stuff like that. And for me, the whole kind of concept of God was weird. I guess it got to a point where someone was able to communicate who God was to me. At that time, there was an experience of joy that I felt that I had never felt before. Maybe as a child, when I was watching Rugrats or something, but literally people would see me from that day and I was just joyful, and just, it got to the point where people were like, wow, like, you're really happy. And I was like, well, sounds good, that sticks. So either that or calling myself Johnson. No carbs though, because you get me, man, I'm trying to trim down, look good. It's gonna be my birthday soon, trying to do a show.
Come on.
So trimming down, even though every time I'm here, these guys try and take me to eat chicken and chips.
All right, lads. Thank you, Dad, for another day. Thank you again for another session. We just pray that with the session that you're able to just give us ideas. Help us to just remember that, we're trying to just reach people, reach lives. Help us to not get gassed or lost in the matrix. In your name we work and pray. Amen.
Amen.
Now everybody's got to drink out of this bottled water.
Oh my God, still opening doors while you're opening jaws. Like, how did Mel get on? I done told you I'm good over here, not shook over here. I don't need a vest on. I've been bad from young like Teflon. If there's a song that just isn't right, then sometimes we'll just stop the session and we'll just say, like, God, please let us know what we need to do, Show us the way, give us some creativity. And some of the best music has come out of that. So, yeah.
God likes grime, I'm telling you.
He does.
God likes grime. Don't get twisted.
Trust me.
Someone who might agree with this is this man.
Stormzy! Always, I give all the glory to God. God, this is all you. I know, like, a lot of people, every time I give the glory to God, I know it seems like such a strange thing, but if you know God, you know that this is all him. Gang Signs and Prayer, album of the year. I love you guys. Thank you so much, man. Thank you.
I'm a massive Stormzy fan. His honesty and his truth in songs like Blinded by Your Grace, I think it opens up a door to artists like myself and so many others who are unashamed with their faith.
I'm blinded by your grace.
I listened to that album, even before I listened to the album and I heard the album title, I related instantly. I was like, that makes sense. Like, I get that, I understand where he's coming from. And I was very impressed when I heard the album, because it is a true reflection of that double life that a lot of us have grown up living, where you have, you know, faith on one side, but you also have the realities of, you know, the streets and urban life as well.
Now I'm blinded by your grace, you came and saved me. Oh Lord,
A couple of those still. Imagine a biscuit thing.
Come through. Nah, Mark's
Don't fight the biscuit, bruv.
He's on a healthy thing, you can't.
What do you mean, bruv?
On a healthy thing, bruv.
I love Jesus, but I love spinning MCs. I ain't changing up for you, man.
God is love. That's what God is. As much as there is love, there's also the lack of love. And we see the demonstration of the lack of love in so many things in the world that we live in today. So I can't go and tell someone that's doing grime, just talk about love. If he's never felt love or communicated or seen love in himself, if he's never seen love in his home, if his dad's left, if there's been issues at home, and he's turned to this thing and this is how he's expressing, my job now is to come and show him that, fam, I'm willing to support you and show you that I'm here to give you whatever you need in terms of care and love and compassion. And that's my job in this world.
Newly ordained pastor Enrique is also part of a Christian movement called Youth Revival. He and 4 other young leaders have formed a group, the Radical Soldiers. The Radical Soldiers run university tours around the UK, spreading their message to students and trying to bring new members into the church. Over 100 young followers are travelling from London to Coventry for the final part of the Midlands Uni Tour.
Hola, Yinka. Right at the back.
We're going to Coventry to evangelise and to change the lives of many young people. You know, there's a lot of people, they go uni and they become lost. You know, they've been Christians at home, so we're trying to, rekindle that fire that was once in them.
God wants to use you. He's going to use you to do great things. Let me even say this to some of you. Guys, I hope you guys have expectations for Cov. I hope you've written down your expectations for Cov.
I live for you, Jesus. I will glorify Jesus. I shout your fame, Jesus.
We've been Portsmouth, we've been Hertfordshire, Birmingham, Northampton.
Everyone's got so many bands.
Everyone is trying to look very pretty. We need to look good for God.
Yeah, like we want to show people that it's not just about spiritual stuff. It's about doing yourself up, looking good for God. Like, you don't need to be a Christian and have that stereotype Christian type of style or look like.
Because we're youths as well, we just always want to look nice, innit?
I've got more than one outfit just in case.
The Bible tells us as Christians that we're laid in gold, that we're meant to look the part. Do you understand what I'm saying? So why would we be Christians and meant to be someone that's prosperous, someone that has everything? Because God tells us that everything in this earth belongs to us as Christians. So why would everything belong to us and then we'll come looking like scum? It doesn't make any sense.
I just broke my nail. I can't show it on BBC, that's embarrassing.
That is why your name is forevermore. Hey, winner, oh, winner, Jesus, you
Attention, Gabriella. Mangala came to say hi. Mangala.
It's that soul.
Not everyone agrees with the methods of modern churches like Youth Revival and Spac Nation.
Actually, I'm Prophet Femi Adele, and I happen to go to an Orthodox white garment church, which we call Cherubim and Seraphim, which was also recognized by the Queen. If you count on this high street here, I can count about 3-4 redeemed churches we have now. It's all about singing, dancing, and showing off their new set of dresses they've got, their new dress of shoes. The preacher or whoever in charge comes out and they will pick a line of a verse in the Bible. They will talk about it for the whole day. You get me? They will just kind of talk and sweet talk, and sweet talk. People will say, "Oh yeah, preach on this and that." But do you know these people? They don't. When problem comes, they don't know how to pray. The people that say they are in charge, they are now turning it into a commercial thing. It's no more spiritual now. You get me? People just go into it to what? To enrich their pocket.
The reason why I'm able to drive in a nice car like this, my amazing pastor, Pastor Toby, decided to buy me this car. That's the truth. He decided to buy it for me. Society won't understand that when you serve God, God blesses you. It's the simple fact. Maybe people are, of course, some people are atheists, some people don't believe in God, and that's all right. But that's the truth. When you serve God, God blesses you. He makes ways, and so yeah, my pastor decided to buy me a car.
Pastor Toby says the money's legit and comes from a giving congregation, claiming the church has invested £2 million in community businesses.
I don't earn a penny from this church. And the way we do it is so transparent. It means the pastor comes out and shows you what you gave and how it was spent. Remember, giving is free will. It's your heart. We can never change these lives without money.
Me having this car and being a pastor at 21, it speaks a message to young people saying that, listen, you don't need to live that lifestyle or get money in an illegal way for you to live comfortable. You can just come to God and this is what God begins to do, sort of thing. So the true wealth is actually coming to God.
Without due respect, I wouldn't want anybody, if I say it's a cult, what of you they say my own is a cult? You get me? But the only thing I could tell you, and I will tell you categorically, is that in the Bible, we are meant to have what we call the altar of God. You need to set the altar. Nowadays, what we just have, don't worry. No, that's my wife. Nowadays, what we have is just that somebody can just get a pulpit, something for preaching, and then, boom, the next thing, you start worshiping, oh, praise. Most churches nowadays, because of money, somebody will start church within months. Before you know it, he's traveled to India and come back. All you need for God is pray to him, believe, and your prayers are answered. She won't eat until I get home, so she's calling me that. Come on, let's go.
One of the things that as Spac Nation we're tackling, we're going against it with everything. We're going against poverty, you understand? We're going against poverty with everything, because wherever there's poverty, there is crime. If you're able to tackle poverty, crime will reduce. It's a fact.
Back in Jesus' time, 2,000 years ago, there was no black boys selling weed or cocaine. In this time and day and age, there's not many lepers walking around for you to go and pray for. So we're just healing exactly what's concurrent at the moment. And what's that? The fact that every young child is looking for an economic solution.
If anyone sees Spac Nation from the outside, they will see a lot of wealth. They will see, a lot of finances. They will see people that dress well, got nice cars and stuff like that. And to be honest, let me be honest with you,
You can use it as a bait for people to be attracted to it.
This is a promo video from Spac Nation. It's entitled, Spac Nation may be a cult, real proof, watch to the end. Clearly playing on the fact that some have accused them of being a cult. YouTube channel Not For The Radio questioned the church on the issue of wealth.
Obviously your most recent campaign, hella lubes. They were just walking, just bare bloody shoes on the floor. But if we want to see God first, then why is the intro to Spac Nation, this is Spac Nation, about cars and lubes? Are people coming because they want to worship, or are people coming because they want to get rich?
That's a good statement.
The advert that you were talking about, I was in that advert.
I see you, boy.
Currently, I'm heading a cryptocurrency hedge fund. We were able to raise over 100K in just 2 months.
Was that a sales pitch for a woman to find husband?
Well, if that's what you come for, you might come for that, but you might get licked with something else. When I initially was invited to come to church, I was heavily involved in a gang life. I was actually one of the last people you'd say he's going to be a Christian. At the time, I always knew that some church girls were naughty girls. So I thought, all right, cool. Let me go and check it out. Let me go and see. And when I went there to go and check out the females, what the pastor was saying was like, I felt like I was in a room with just me and him. And he was talking about the story of my life.
People may be attracted to the church for a wrong reason. What makes them remain is not wealth. What makes them remain is not necessarily because of money or hope dealers. It's because of the word, the preaching, the word of God, you understand, that convicts our heart, that makes us fall in love with God. That's what it is. So one thing I can say boldly about Spac Nation is that everyone there loves God.
In Coventry, members of Youth Revival have taken to the streets to persuade people to come to the Radical Soldiers service tonight. This is called evangelizing.
Today, on evangelism, we've definitely won about 50 souls. What I mean by 50 souls is that we've won 50 new members that are going to be attending today.
With the service just 1 hour away, it's time to see if the hard work and evangelizing have paid off. Will the appeal of Enrique and the Radical Soldiers be enough to fill 500 empty seats with university students on a Friday night?
Setup has started on time. Everything is ready to go. People are just queuing up outside.
We're literally just waiting for these guys to come, for the radicals, for the generals.
I can't wait. I feel like everyone is excited.
Wherever they go, we go. And they need assistance. Anything they do, we're supposed to do.
People need Christ. Like, they need that something.
We're their protocol. What does protocol mean, Ben? Tell them what it means.
I don't know what it means.
Jeez.
Same way Jesus had disciples. People follow them, following the right path.
Pastor Enrique is just amazing. Like, he's younger than me, and he is so on fire for God.
Just looking for parking.
The boys that are attending today, they're going to relate to him the most, because most of them do come from his background. You know, he's from Brixton, he's from the streets, and he's made this transition into Christ. Sometimes we feel like Pastor Enrique's story can never be rinsed enough. Like, we literally use that story to grip people, and I love it because it's true. It's not like it's fabricated, it's real life, cutting edge truth, and that's what grips people's hearts.
What just took place was a crazy service. In Leicester, we had over 400 young people. Birmingham, we had over 600 young people. And today we've had over 400 young people just giving their life to God, giving their life to Christ. I strongly believe that the millions won't ever be the same. It's very hard because a lot of young people are being misled. They have no guidance in life. They want parties, they want raves and stuff like that. And for 400 young people to come together today to hear the word of God, to say, you know what, we're coming to Christ, we're coming to Jesus, you know, we're dedicating our lives for a better life. that touches my heart, and I'm so happy, I'm so excited, honestly.
Yeah, this is actually my first time ever in the church. You will feel a joy and happiness that is none like you have ever experienced before, and it's the most beautiful thing ever, and that's how you know that there's actually the presence of God in this actual place.
At that point, when I turned around and I was facing the curtains, I was thanking God because of so many young people that probably would have given up tomorrow, probably would have left here tonight and probably decided to commit suicide. Some probably would have given up in the universities, in the studies, in the education, because things have not been going how they wanted to go. Now that they've come here tonight, they've found hope. And it was such an experience that I was just having there. It was so beautiful. I could just actually feel so many lives being changed. I could feel so much love in the room. It's such a supernatural experience, and you just feel the peace of God running through you.
There was a rave today. This one was better than the rave I was actually going to go to.
God just really moved, like the Holy Spirit just took over. It was amazing. The Holy Spirit always is there to surprise us, like, I mean, beyond our expectancy.
To know the fact that people have been going around sharing my story to bring young people here makes me feel happy, makes me feel that, you know, it didn't happen for no reason. You know, I got stabbed for a reason. I've used my past lifestyle to be able to now change the life of others. So I'm very excited to know that people have used my previous lifestyle to encourage someone else that there is hope for them, because there is.
Bodies and Bibles, subject to the power of God, we're trying to fund revival. This labour's all for souls, so I can never have no rival. The whole squad come dripped in sauce on spill, man, try no. God's word is vital.